Hey guys, welcome back to week 15 of the MIT Challenge, which is to learn MIT's 4-year computer science curriculum in 12 months without taking any classes or even being enrolled at MIT. So what am I trying to get out of doing this MIT Challenge? So I've already been very clear in how I'm evaluating it, which is writing all the final exams and where possible doing the programming assignments. But I haven't said as much about what I hope to get out of it in terms of knowledge after doing this for a year. So first let me clarify what I don't think I'm going to accomplish. So I don't think I'm going to become a master of computer science. A lot of people have suggested that that's what I'm trying to do, but you can spend an entire decade working on just one narrow field of computer science before you master it. So I'm not suggesting that I'm going to master the whole of computer science in 1 year, or whether that's even the purpose of doing this MIT challenge. Second is, and I'm not going to become an expert programmer after doing this year. I have done programming before, and I am doing programming during the challenge. But computer programming isn't the same as computer science, as lots of the classes I am taking don't involve any programming. They involve understanding the mathematical underpinnings in order to understand how computation works and in order to enhance your ability to make computer programs later. But as Cal Newport, who finished his own MIT PhD in computer science, says that the difference in computer science and programming is like the difference between biology and using a microscope, is that one is a tool and you can be an expert at that tool and not necessarily have a great understanding of computer science. And you can also be an expert in computer science and not necessarily do tons of computer program at a sophisticated professional level. And so my goal here is to understand computer science, not necessarily computer programming. That also reflects the way I'm studying this, which is involving a lot of math and not necessarily working on just endless open source projects to enhance my programming abilities. Third thing is that a lot of MIT students don't like that. They think that I'm trying to perfectly replicate the MIT experience and thus rendering the whole point of going to MIT or doing a formal education meaningless. And that's not the point either. I'm trying to use MIT's own curriculum and their own evaluation tools as a benchmark for my own learning, but there's always going to be things I'm going to miss. And after this challenge is done, it's going to be interesting to see how close I came, not just in terms of the objective criteria of passing the exams, but beyond that of how close I came and what did I miss by not being an actual MIT student. And that's also part of the reason I'm doing this, is kind of discover some of those advantages and also some of those disadvantages. Finally, I think that the main thing that I'm trying to accomplish is I want a solid theoretical basis in computer science and to a lesser extent electrical engineering. So what this will mean is that if I want to become an expert programmer later, then I have this base of tools that I can use in order to begin learning those concepts and really mastering the skill of computer programming in a particular area. Or let's say I want to master a particular subdomain of computer science like artificial intelligence or become an expert in computer graphics. That's also a process I could begin to start because I have this large base of tools that I can now use and apply towards that problem. So either in a professional sense of me wanting to be able to build things using these skills, or in an academic sense of me wanting to learn and understand more difficult things, having this basis of knowledge is really, really useful. And that, in the end, is the fundamental point of doing an undergraduate program, is it doesn't make you a master of anything either in an academic sense or giving you the same skills as someone who's worked in the profession for 2 decades. But it does give you a foundation of skills that you can use to begin learning those things and begin the long process towards mastery. So that's my goal in doing this MIT challenge, and it's also a process that I'm hoping to share with you. So thanks for following me, and check below for the MIT homepage to follow the actual results of all the exams and all the classes I'm doing, as well as links to self-education resources. So thanks, and I'll be back next week with more info. Bye.